Anthony Grasso here, bringing you financial news you can use. In this video, I'm going to do a stock analysis on Rivian Automotive. Is this electric vehicle company that has a market capitalization valued way above Ford Motor Company and General Motors worth investing in at the moment? Well, let's find out together. I'm going to go over a summary of the company, its product offering, recent headline news, financials, analyst projections, and give it my buy, hold, or sell recommendation for both your short-term and long-term growth investors out there. And as always, folks, don't forget to smash that like button down below. Definitely helps. And if you consider subscribing, hit that notification bell for your daily stock reviews and recommendations from an unbiased source. So this video is brought to you by Webull. It's an online brokerage trading platform where you can buy stocks, options, ETFs, and cryptocurrencies. If you sign up today and deposit any amount, you get 2 free stocks by using my referral link in the description down below. So let's get right into it. So Rivian Automotive is a manufacturer of electric vehicles. Now, it sells vehicles directly to consumers in the consumer and commercial markets. Now, the company launched its R1 platform. It's a 2-row passenger pickup truck. Also has an R1S, which is an SUV. Now, from which all I have to say is one word, subtracting the A in America, you have to say this: America. Now, with the R1 technology, the company specializes in the vehicle electronics, battery, electric drive, chassis, the Driver Plus, which is an advanced driver assistance system, and digital user experience management. Now, it also offers fleet operating system. It's a centralized fleet management subscription platform. As I get into this companies, please understand that the Ford and Amazon issue is the primary, they're the primary backers of all of this technology right now. Now let's go look at some of the news of the company right now. So Rivian last month received regulatory approval to sell and deliver its R1T pickup truck and the R1S SUV in all 50 US states. But Rivian is said to be prioritizing production of the electric vans for the Amazon order. And according to the Bloomberg report that I read, Amazon has ordered 100,000 Rivian's electric vans. Now, while the Rivian's R1T pickup has grabbed headlines recently, now Amazon's vans are more likely to be the revenue drivers in the near term, and is why the stock price jumped up to $122 a share. Now, that's why Rivian is reportedly focused on producing hundreds of vans for Amazon this year, while the pickup production is pretty nominal. When I mean nominal, I will get into my thoughts on the pickup truck line a little bit. But let's go ahead and look at some of the fundamentals of the company. Now, the stock closed around $122.99 a share with a whopping market capitalization of $105 billion. Now, that is way over the valuation of General Motors and Ford, which are doing great right now, and this is just a startup company, and we're saying they're valued more than them. Can we all honestly say that's a reality? I wouldn't say so. Now, there's no other fundamentals except that the 20% owned is owned by Amazon with the 100,000 vehicle order, and also Ford owns about 12% of the company. But what do the analysts say about this? Now I'm going to bring it back here. So there's none reporting at this time in regards to what the future expectations for this new IPO is right now. But going over one of the analyst reports I did find, New Construct recommended investors avoid Rivian and that it has more downside risk than any upside potential. So my buy, hold, or sell recommendation on Rivian right now. First, I have to discuss my thoughts on this whole post-IPO thing. First, let's discuss the whole meme stock status, which is the biggest elephant in the room right now. Now, this stock has become the meme stock, but without the underlying foundation to what makes a meme stock. Typically, meme stocks represents a middle finger to institutional investors and short sellers. But for me, the company is not in the crosshairs of any major short seller at this moment in time that I could see. Second, there are a lot of big brand names backers, for Amazon, only 20% of the company have that 100,000 vehicle order. And Ford helped manufacture all of the company's pre-production vehicles and owns 12% of the company. Now, the public has a huge appetite for pure electric vehicle companies, and Rivian is an automaker that only makes electric vehicles. Now, RIVN Stock is trading at what the company should be making based on the 2030 numbers. And remember, we're only in 2021 right now, so they've already priced in all of their revenue projections and earnings by 2023 in the current price of the stock right now. Buyers are purchasing, believing the electric vehicles are taking over the world right now. And I've seen that there are enough true believers in the world. I mean, with the Tesla and the other electric vehicle stocks out there that I've reviewed, and the money management business right now is cranking in the money for this company. They're all betting for it, right? So everybody's buying into it, thinking it's going to be the next big thing. I also argue that the investors are focused specifically. I mean, they're blindsided by Amazon and Ford right now. They're like, oh, okay, Amazon and Ford backs them, so they're valued more than Amazon and Ford. I mean, more than Ford and General Motors. Now, I don't know about Ford's Rivian's thesis is, but one can only speculate. My speculation on Ford is they want to figure out, okay, how can we make our own pickup trucks with the range with towing 11,000 pound towing capacity. And I will get back into that statement in a few minutes. But I mean, the Amazon order for 100,000 of the electric vans for its delivery fleet. Now, Rivian has not entered mass production yet, and the company has already sold out its production line for that $100,000 vehicle order for the years to come. You know, some argue that the growth stocks that sold off for the past couple of days were so investors could grab onto the Rivian deal that just went on. But I argue against that thesis. In my previous video, I warned that the stock market could get spooked by when inflation continues to go beyond expected levels with a future possible crash in possibly quarter one or quarter two of 2022. Well, that has just happened in a little bit, in a small segment in the growth stock sector. In addition to that, the specs on the Rivian truck is to have a towing capacity of 11,000 pounds. And I want to kind of hark on this for a minute. And it can wade in the waters about 3 feet deep with 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. Well, that's pretty fast, right? And it said a range of about 314 miles. Now, I want to focus on that. Now, I would assume that's before they are towing 11,000 pounds. Before I would even consider this truck, I want to know the range is when it's fully loaded with the towing of 11,000 pound boat or trailer. Personally, I've discussed this in the Tesla video prior about the Cybertruck, you know, because I personally want to be able to tow a boat between here in St. Augustine, Florida, to Tampa, Florida, to Key West, to Fort Myers, all the way down to Miami, and then hitch a ride over to the Bahamas. Now, I don't know where I'm going to charge this thing to, and I don't know the true, you know, capacity for how many miles I'm gonna get out of that tow. Well, those true numbers aren't out yet, and I'm thinking they're glorifying their numbers to say 314 miles maximum. But what is it truly with 11,000 pounds behind it? Now, if it brings it down from 314 miles to, let's say, 100 miles, then good luck. I will pass on that truck and I will go buy my Ford, my GMC, or my Chevy any day of the week before this truck. Now, Rivian hasn't disclosed that information, by the way, and I have no numbers on that. Now, I haven't heard anybody else discussing that aspect of it, the true range when it's loaded. But if you have, please comment down below. I definitely want to get that information out to everybody. Now, that in itself is number one question for why buyers would buy an electric vehicle truck, is the range when loaded, and where can I actually go recharge it? Because you think about a 30-foot, you know, trailer behind you and the truck, you can't just pull up to like a quote-unquote Tesla charging station if they make one. You have to have a pull-in area to where the truck and trailer can fit to even charge this thing, right? So my buy, hold, or sell recommendation on Rivian right now. Now, based on the crazy valuation of Rivian, $100 billion, this startup has a market cap that surpasses General Motors. I keep saying that. That's insane. I am an avoid at all cost on this stock right now. Now, I love the company and their future plans, but I do believe that this post-IPO stock price, Rivian, is disconnected from reality in a major way. I mean, an extremely major way. I believe there's so much downside risk than any upside potential for this. Can it go up? Yes, there's a possibility. But I do believe there's a lot more downside risk in the near term than the upside potential that the stock can do. Now, this price is especially staggering given Rivian does not have any established business model and only expects to bring in about $1 million in revenue for the third quarter of 2021. It also said in its prospectus that it expects to lose $1.2 billion during that quarter alone. Yes, I get Rivian beats rivals to the market with the fully electric pickup, but has it yet to produce high volumes of the vehicles, and they're not even tested for real-world applications yet. We don't even know what the reviews are of them yet. Now, the Amazon order of 100,000 vehicles will be handed over to them by 2030, which is good. I do not expect that Rivian is the next Tesla by any means, and I would personally own a Tesla over a Rivian any day of the week right now. I want to be able to go from St. Augustine, Florida to California and back and just stop at charging stations. And I hark on this with all electric vehicles. There is not enough infrastructure for any of them for them to actually compete against Tesla. No one has the structure in place. And I know they have plans for a charging structure foundation, but they're not there, and they're starting from square one. Now, if all the companies ganged up against Tesla to have a joint venture with charging stations, I think they think they have a view, but right now that it's not. Now, in regards to buying a truck, I would rather buy a gas guzzling Ford GMC, Chevy, or Ford over the Rivian right now, based on no real world numbers regarding the range of its fully loaded. As I said before, I highly doubt the mileage numbers will make any sense for anybody who wants to haul a big load, but please be aware that I could be wrong about this. But Rivian has not have there's no hard facts right now that I could find on this at the moment in time. So if you do, just link it down below. Now, this reminds me of a previous auto manufacturer who tried to build a truck, and they actually put carpet as standard equipment lining in the truck bed because they thought that's what the consumers wanted. It was a complete disaster. So if the stock comes back down from imagination land to reality land, I could recommend it. That would mean a price target of around $40 to $50 a share. I just don't see that. Now, if you're a short-term investor and you're hoping that a short sale whale comes in, and then you hope that the retail army would come down and beat them down, and the stock becomes another AMC or GameStop, and it goes up to $200, $300 a share. Well, right at this moment in time, I don't see any evidence of that either, but that could happen. That's a possibility. Now, what do I see in the future? I see a possible 30% price correction for Rivian Automotive. Now, don't get me wrong, I like what the company is doing. I just don't think it's the valuation's there to support, $122 share price. So there you have it, folks. And as always, don't forget to smash that like button down below. Definitely helps. And consider subscribing and hit that notification bell to like your daily stock reviews and recommendations from an unbiased source. Until the next stock update video later today or later tonight, it's actually 2 o'clock in the morning. Ciao, folks.